Hi everyone. Um, I want to talk to you guys about some transits that can manifest as pretty intense for our nervous system the coming time. Starting with Neptune is going to retrograde on the 4th of July, especially people who have strong Pisces or Neptune placements. Um, they are going to feel the intensity. Um, I don't know how you guys have been doing when Pisces was on the anaretic degree of when Neptune was in the anaretic degree of Pisces. We become the feeling bodies of the whole collective again. It's intense, especially people with strong psychic abilities. Watch out for your nervous system in ways like you cannot hold back nature, so I'm not talking about watch out in terms of that you can hold the tide, but you can make sure to slow down, to get enough rest, to yeah, you know the drill, you know the basics that keep your nervous system relaxed, in check, because this retrograde is again going back into Pisces. It will arrive there, I think, in October. Um, but the retrograde in itself is also pretty intense. It's asking of us to revisit what we have gone through for the past months. If it comes to the illusions that are dissolving, that if it comes to certain addictions, if it comes to certain behaviors, um, it it is as if Neptune is trying to say with this retrograde, um, are you sure you want this? Are you sure you want this different path? So we will definitely get challenged again with all behaviors popping up that before were there to numb whatever was there, whether it was trauma, um, whether it was certain insights that we didn't want to see about ourselves or the world. Um, so it's a last check in from Neptune that is asking of us to strengthen our connection with the divine, strengthen our connection with non-duality, looking at what has holding us back from the strengthening with the divine. The North Node being in Pisces, South Node being in Virgo, is also doing exactly that. South Node in Virgo is more about practical things. It's about tangible things. It's about analyzing. It's also about purification, wanting things to be of the purest form. Neptune, I'm sorry, the North Node in Pisces is not about tangibility. It's not about analyzing. It's about love. It's not so much about purity. It's more about unconditional love. So can we hold space for everything, not only the perfect, like Virgo just is so much on the perfection, is so much on purity, and tends to reject everything that is not. Pisces is all about that whole soup, that whole bowl of soup of imperfections, impurities, beautiful vibrations, everything. It doesn't matter for Pisces, you know, everything is there to be embraced, everything is there to be observed. But it has its challenges on our nervous system. So this coming months are going to, we had a bit of a pause to a bit, I'm saying, because it is not a whole lot of pause, considering all the intense movements that are going on at the moment energetically. But the intensity is rising again, especially when Neptune is going retrograde. Also, I want to add that Uranus is also transiting Gemini in the first week of July. It was in Taurus. It's a completely different energy. Taurus is a slow energy, is an earthy vibe, it's a grounding, it's in experiencing it in the body. While Gemini is the mind, is the cognitive area. It's fast, it's about information, it's about consciousness. It's a completely different energy, and it's a fast moving energy. It can have a restlessness with it. So I was feeling into these energies, and this combination of Uranus moving into Gemini and Neptune retrograding slowly. It is going to ask a lot of our nervous systems. Of course, it's also beautiful. Uranus in the Gemini, I talked about it already a bit. I'm not so much interested, that's why I hardly talk about it. It also goes along with, you know, the technical evolution, high-tech, AI, all that kind of things. It is the time. I'm just saying that's also part of the transition of Uranus going into Gemini. Myself, I'm more interested in evolutionary progress in our own inner being, in our own inner work. So what does that do? Uranus in Gemini is expanding our consciousness, is expanding our knowledge. And as I said in the previous video, especially for the psychics and the people who are about to wake up to their psychic abilities, Uranus in Gemini is going to pop that open like crazy. So they're going to come online, a lot of channelers, a lot of more psychics who can go out there and share their what goes through their body, what's going through their channel. So Uranus is also clearing out everything that's still not pure about. If we want to channel, if you want to be a channel, if you are a channel, you know that very well. It's so important to get out of the way. It's so important to see what is mine, what is of my own story, and what is really the information that is coming through on a collective scale, even on a one-on-one. If you do consults, or you are a therapist, or you do one-on-one healing, you need to get out of the way. So Uranus in Gemini can be a very beautiful transition to purge still sort of traumas that are still clinging on to your vessel, that are still needing to dissolve in Uranus is the higher perspective. It can see in a big picture, and so we can heal some traumas that we didn't see in that light before, you know. We can have beautiful insights on certain things that are still clinging on to our aura, that we didn't have clarity enough about to let go of. So it's a beautiful clearing out. But at the same time, Uranus is a very restless, it's a very, I call it a thunderbolt, you know. Every time when Uranus is at play, and it has a dominant character in astrology, it is striking, hard, and very sudden. So we can have it can have a pretty some big strains on our nervous system. And I know people who are watching my videos are, most of them are very sensitive souls who are really the feeling bodies of this universe. So for mainly for you guys, I am making this video because you will feel these two transits. You are going to feel them big time. Take time to adapt to the change of how it plays with your nervous system, how it's playing with your consciousness. Maybe you have been adapting to a more active lifestyle. Some of us are not. It's still very wobbly, you know. There is still a lot of exhaustion. We have done so much rewiring that if I look at my nervous system, it's I wouldn't say it's completely fried. I think it was fried at the moment I told you guys I need a break. That was when Neptune was at the energetic degrees of Pisces. At that point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna log out because my nervous system is just completely burned to the ground, and it still haven't recovered yet. And keep that in mind, you guys. We have been bombarded with downloads and so much changes for the past years that our nervous systems are chronically over asked, and probably will be for the coming months. So self-care and slowing down are so potent at the moment. And for a lot of us, that means we live a lot in solitude. I'm not saying it's a fact, because there are also some people who are just, I made also a video about that a couple of days ago or weeks, I don't know, about there are different systems. We all have different nervous systems. It all comes at us. We absorb it in different ways, and then comes also our different evolutionary paths. We all have different paths to walk. So I'm not saying that it's a fact that everybody needs to live in solitude, but a lot of us are, especially the ones who have strong placements in the 4th, 8th, or 12th house. Those are the houses of big inner alchemy. Those souls get what I'm saying. Almost all the life force goes into alchemizing the shadows into light, transmuting these energies in a different understanding. And when astrology is coming at this intense point, it becomes even more potent for alchemists, because that's what you guys are eventually. It's becoming more potent to withdraw, to go in nature, to meditate, to be present during these processes. So yeah, interesting times. As always, I'd love for you to place a comment below. I'm curious as always about how you guys are doing, what is playing in your lives, and talk to you next time.